Hello all, welcome to part 23 of Extend Reports training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate attaching the screenshots to the Extend reports, but only for the tests which got failed. Okay, so how to do that? Let's get started. So, how to attach the screenshots to the Extend reports? That too only for the failed tests. Okay, if the tests are passing or if the tests are skipping, we are not going to take any screenshots for that particular test. But if the tests, okay, in our project are failing, only for that failed test, the screenshots need to be taken and they need to be attached to the Extend reports. Okay, this is what is the requirement. So I'll explain more than whatever I have mentioned here, okay, in a detailed manner. So I'll do that practically. Okay, so for that, I'll go to this Eclipse ID, guys. This session will take some time. Okay, it will be a lengthy video. Okay, because I will be explaining all the things in detail. So first, I'll create a project, guys. Okay, I'll create a fresh project, file new, a Maven project I'll create, guys. Okay, for that I'll go to project and here I'll search for Maven. I'll get this Maven project option, select next. So if you have understood a lot of the videos that I have covered in this playlist, okay, then this session will be more easy for you. So if not, you just go back to the previous sessions of this series or playlist and then, okay, you can come back here. So here we have create a simple project option. I'll select, click on next. Here it is asking for the project name. Artifact ID means project name, guys. So I'll say extend reports, screenshots for failed tests. A very big project name I am giving. That's okay. ER, yes, CFTFT, something. Some short code I'm giving as a group ID. You can give anything here. But this is the project name, guys. This is very important. Click on finish. The project will be created. You see the project got created here. Let's expand this project. So it's still loading, guys. Let's wait for the building process to complete. Okay, almost there. So under SRC test Java, we don't have anything. So what we'll do here is I'll just right click on this SRC test Java and select new and create a package. Let's say I'll create a package known as test package. Okay, for now. Some sample package, let's say test package. Under this package, I'll create a class. Okay, I want to write some automation scripts, guys. Okay, using Selenium or something. I want to make this kind of realistic, guys. Okay, so I'll go with some realistic automation scripts in this session. So I'll just give the name of the class as login. Click on finish. So once the login class got created, here I'll create some method. Well, for first test, let's say first test case, I want to automate this first test case. For that, I'm creating this method inside the login class. Public void login with valid credentials. Okay, login with valid credentials. So here I'll provide @test annotation from testng. Okay, if you are not aware of the testng, then you can watch my other videos on testng in a detailed manner I covered. So @test is annotation, guys. So this from testng I'm saying, but here I'm getting it from JUnit. I don't want to use JUnit. I want to use testng. That means this project is by default coming with Java library, but it's not coming with the testng library. So to overcome that problem, I'll go to mvnrepository.com, mvnrepository.com, and search for testng here and press enter. Once you search for testng and press enter, you'll get this testng. And you take the latest version, 7.6.1 is the latest version. Copy this. Now come back to the project and open this pom.xml file of this project, guys. Open the pom.xml file of this project. Here is the pom.xml file which got generated by default. Here, just before this project ends, I'll add dependencies tags, and I have to have a closing tag for this /dependencies. Okay. Now in between this, I'll paste the testng. In between that, I'll paste the dependencies of testng and save that. Okay. Once you save the project, the jar files for the testng will be downloaded under the Maven dependency. You see testng related testng and its related jar files came. Okay. Here you see testng came. That's fine. Now go back. Over the mouse on this @test and import this test from test ng. Okay, this particular concept, what I am trying to explain here regarding the extend reports, needs some knowledge on test ng, guys. But I will be covering that. Okay, in this session also I'll be covering that. If you have already have some knowledge of test ng, you can understand it more better. Okay, so at the rate test, this is from test ng, guys. Now here I have to write some automation code. I'll write some Selenium automation code using WebDriver Manager dot. This WebDriver Manager library is not there again. Again, I have to go to pom.xml file. I have to go to the MVN repository, search for WebDriver Manager like this. Okay. Once you search for WebDriver Manager, you'll get this link and take the latest version 5.3.0 as per today's date. Tomorrow you may have a latest version than this. You can take the latest version at that particular point of time you are watching this video. Fine. After that, save, come back, login class, again log WebDriver Manager dot. Since the WebDriver Manager is created, libraries are added, Chrome driver dot setup. Okay, this is the first line. Then I have to write Selenium code. WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver, like this I'll write. Okay, so now here when I hover the mouse on this WebDriver, I'm not getting the import statement, guys. Okay, I cannot import, I cannot this library, Selenium Java library is not there. Simple words. Okay, that's why I'm unable to import this interface or class from Selenium, because Selenium library is not there. Again, we have to go to pom.xml file. Again, we have to go to MVN repository and search for Selenium Java here. When you search for Selenium Java here, you'll get the Selenium Java. And as per today's date, this is the latest version. As per your, whenever you are watching this video, whatever the version you have, you can take that version, latest version, and paste it here. That's it, guys. Nothing much. Now we have the Selenium Java library also. Save this. It's downloading the jar files of Selenium Java and configuring this project automatically. Come back here. Now hover the mouse of WebDriver and import this. Okay, hover the mouse on this Chrome driver class and import this. Remove this extra space, guys. There's no need. Now simply say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. This particular line will open the Chrome browser. This will maximize the Chrome browser, guys. Maximize the Chrome browser window. Then I want to open the application URL. For that, driver.get I'll use. Here I'll give the application URL, guys. Okay, that I want to automate. I want to automate this application. So I'll copy this URL, paste it here as it is. Okay. Now, what is the next step I want to do? I want to go to the login page, because in order to check whether login with valid credential test case is working fine or not, I have to first log in, right? In order to log in on this application, I have to go to the My Account and select login option. How to click on this My Account using Selenium? Inspect this My Account. Right click and inspect this My Account. You'll get this HTML code of the My Account. Copy this My Account text. Control F. Create some XPath expression using span tag and my text / span text is equal to My Account. I copied that. So you see, this is when you hover the mouse on this, you see only one element is located, and that highlighted HTML code is referring this My Account. So copy this XPath expression and simply say driver.find element by dot XPath, that XPath expression of that My Account option dot click. Okay, dot click I'll say. Now next thing is, after clicking on this My Account, I have to select this login option. Right click on this login option and select inspect option. You see this is an hyperlink, guys. Okay, so we can copy this text between the tags and create the link text as a locator. Driver.find element by dot link text. I'll provide the link text. Okay, dot click again. Done. Okay, it will click on this login option, My Account, and click on the login option. You'll be taken to the login page, guys. Once you are taken to the login page, we have to enter the email address and password. So here I'll inspect this email address. When I inspect the email address, I got this ID. I'll copy this ID. I'll simply write down the code here, driver.find element by dot ID, and paste the ID value of that email field, this one, and say dot send keys. Okay, for typing the text, we have to use send keys command in Selenium. So what is the email address I want to enter? I want to enter a valid email address. This is a valid email address, guys. amotorecap9@gmail.com. I'll give this valid email address here. And similarly, I'll give the password, guys. I'll give the password. Inspect this password field. And here we are getting the password. Copy this ID of the password. Driver.find element by dot ID. So provide the ID of the password field dot send keys. The valid password of that particular email account is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, guys. Finally, after entering this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, we have to click on the login button. Inspect this login button, and we have the value as login, value attribute value as login. So input tag is there. So I'll simply say /input @ value is equal to login. This is the XPath. Okay. So this is locating the login button. Copy this XPath expression and here write down driver dot find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression of that login button and say dot click. Okay. This will click on the login button. Once you click on the login button, here, if you verify any of these options are displayed, you see edit your account info. These options will not be displayed for non-logged in user, only for logged in user. On the account page, you'll be logged in user will be taken to the account page, and in that account page, these options will be there. If you verify for validate for any of these options, then we can confirm that we got logged in. Okay, I'll validate for this edit your account information. It's like that. It's a link text, guys. You see hyperlink and link text. I'll check whether this link text is available or not. Okay, so I'll be using some TestNG assertion case since TestNG is already configured in this project. TestNG libraries are already configured in this project. Here, simply I'll say assert dot assert statement. I'll write from TestNG. If you are new to assert statement, you can go to my TestNG playlist and then TestNG series, and then you can come back here. Okay, assert dot. Otherwise, if you can understand this session, then you can continue. No problem. Assert true, I'll write here. I'll write driver dot find element by dot link text. Right, link text. Okay, that option is a link text. This is edit your account information dot is displayed. This is a command from Selenium. This will return true if this particular edit your account information option is displayed on this page. Okay, then assert true is also expecting true, and if this option is also giving true, then the test will pass. Otherwise, the test will fail. Finally, here I have to close the browser window. Okay, once the test is completed, once I verified that the user has successfully logged in by verifying this option, and just closing the browser case. Okay, so what if this particular test fails? Will this driver.quit will still work? It will not work, guys. Okay, so what I will do to overcome this problem is here I'll create a method. Whether this particular test will pass or fail. If you get an exception here, this statement will not be executed and browser will still be opened, guys. Okay, that should not happen. Whether the test will pass or fail, the driver.quit should be executed. For that, public void tear down some method I'll create it. You can give any name for this method, and closure you can give, tear down you can give, whatever it is, and you just move this line driver.quit to this place. Okay, fine, that's done. So now here this method provide with another annotation of TestNG, that is after test annotation. Okay, after method annotation. Sorry guys. Okay, after method annotation. So after this test method, this after method annotation method will be executed. Okay, after every test method, this after method annotation will be the annotated method will be executed. Hover the mouse on after method and import it from TestNG library. And here this driver is not visible, guys. Okay, this is not accessible here because it's declared here inside the test method. I'll make it global. I'll just say public web driver. I'll say public web driver, and here I'll remove the double declaration. Okay, like that. Now it is accessible. You see, error is gone. So till now everything is fine. I'll create one more test case. Apart from login with valid credentials, I want to create one more test case, that is public void login with invalid credentials. Second test case is login with invalid credentials. Okay, so here I'll say @test. Here I'll say @test, and have to write the same code, guys. Okay, this got converted to test case because of this @test annotation from TestNG. Now I have to write the same code. Till here is same, guys. Okay, last assertion statement will change now. So here I have to give the invalid credentials, guys. Okay, instead of giving amotory cap 9, which is a valid credential, I'll remove this 9 from here. Every time I try to enter the email address, I want to enter a new email address every time. Okay, a new email address I want to use as an invalid email address. So for that, what I will do is I'll create a method here, guys. Okay, so that is a public void generate. Why I have to give a new email address every time when you see invalid email address will be always invalid, but still why I have to append a timestamp to this email address, and why I have to generate like that? There is a reason, guys. Okay, for example, if you see, I'll show you one thing. Even though if you give an invalid email address here, so it will not allow you for multiple times, guys. Okay, so just see here, go to the login page and try to give an email address. Just give something here. Okay, some invalid email address, give valid password 1 2 3 4 5, not a problem. Login. You see warning. Again, you click on the login button. Second time when you use the same account, same invalid email address. When you are running the script for the second time using this invalid address, again you are getting the same warning. Third time, same warning message. Fourth time, same warning. Fifth time, same warning. Sixth time, this time you see you are getting a different warning message. So we cannot validate this one. Okay. So we cannot validate this warning message to prove that the invalid credentials have not logged in. Okay, you will get a different warning message here. So when you have used this invalid email account for multiple times. So to avoid this warning message, I'll try to give the invalid email address a new invalid email address every time. That's the reason generate timestamp method I'll create here, which we can call later. So here, just give me properly. Okay, like this. And here I'll say date. Date is equal to new date. Okay. So for the mouse, import this date from java.util package, and here return the date, date dot to string, convert that to string, and then replace in that date, guys. Okay, in that date, you'll have some spaces in the printed date. The spaces I want to replace with underscore. Okay, the spaces I want to represent with underscore dot replace. Why I'm doing all these things, I'll explain. Give me a second. Here, colon, I want to give underscore for the colon also. Okay. So this particular date I want to return, guys. Okay. Why I have to write this kind of stuff and return? I'll tell you, guys. Okay. So I'll create an experiment kind of package here. Let's see. Experiment. I'll delete this package in a while. Experiment. And here I'll create a class, say demo class. I'll delete this file again. Here under this, I'll create a main method, public static void main string of args. Okay. Now here I'll create date. Okay. This is from Java, guys. This code is from Java. Date is equal to date is equal to new date. Okay. New date. Like this, I'll create an object for the date class for the most. Import this date from java.util package. Now date dot. If I try to print system.out.println, system.out.println, if I say date dot to string, you will see the output something like this. Okay. You'll get the output like date will be printed. Today's date will be printed in a format that you will see. You see, Monday, today is Monday, October 24th. Today's date is 24th. That to October, that is 10. Here, timing is it's 2:52. Okay, highest Indian Standard Time. Okay, this is hours, this is minutes, and this is seconds, and year 2022, and time zone. All these things are coming. But you see, there are some spaces here, right? There are some spaces and there are some colon symbols. There are some spaces. There are some spaces. I want this to be a single name. So for that, what I'll do is replace, I will add here, and I'll replace the spaces in that particular string, convert a string, date to string to underscore. So underscore will connect the spaces. Similarly, dot replace, I'll say, and here also I'll put a colon symbol and replace that colon symbol with underscore again. Okay, wherever there are spaces and colon symbols, I am replacing so that it becomes a single name. You see, if I run this time, you will see a single word. You see, you are getting the timestamp as a single word because of this underscores replacing the spaces and colon symbols. Okay, so this is what is the need for me to write the code like this. This particular string I am returning. Okay, whoever calls this particular method, get timestamp method, okay, it will be returned. I'll delete this, guys. So why I have written this kind of method here? So who will call this method? Here, guys, every time I'll append the timestamp here so that a new email address, you see, time will keep on changing. So this email address will not exist, right? So here I'll call this method, guys. Okay, I'll call this method generate timestamp method. And here I'll put double quote here to append like this. Done. So every time this new invalid email address will be entered into the email address feed, and that will have this timestamp, generated timestamp. So you'll not get the security warning message. Every time you'll get a same warning message saying that invalid credentials message. Okay, that's the reason. So here also invalid credentials I'm giving. So 678890 also I'm giving apart from this invalid email address. Once you click on this, you got it. Generally, if you do it for the, you see, click on this login, you get this warning message actually. Okay, have to validate whether this warning message is coming or not for this invalid credentials. If the warning message is coming, the test is passed. If the warning message is not coming and you are getting logged in, means there is a problem with the application. Okay, with invalid credentials, you should not be able to log into the application. Okay, we have clicked on the login button. Now I'll write assert true. So we'll do something assert true. Okay, so I'll write some code here. I'll inspect this and then go here. There we have the div tag, guys. Inside the div tag, we have this particular text. So I'll do something. I'll create an XPath expression. I'll copy this one of the. You see, there are some spaces between the class. I cannot use this entire class as a class locator. So I'll take a part of the one of the class. These are multiple classes. This is one class. This is one class. This is one class. Three classes are there for this div tag. I'll take one of the class which looks unique. Alert dismissible. Div tag is there. So I'll say Control F /div contains @class, comma, this is the class it should contain. Okay. Now you see it's locating the warning message. Okay. This is XPath expression. If you are not good with XPath expressions, guys, I recommend you to watch my XPath related video, locators related videos. Okay. And come back here. Okay. Fine. Driver dot find element by dot XPath and provide the XPath expression of that warning message. So I have to retrieve the text. You see this particular text warning message is between the tags. This is starting of the tag. This is the ending of the tag. In between the tag, you have the I tag and this warning text. So I will say dot get text. The Selenium will retrieve this particular text. Use get text command is from Selenium and it will retrieve the text between the tags, div tags. And I have to verify whether it contains this retrieve text contains retrieve text from between the div tags contains this particular warning message or not. Okay, this copy, I'll copy this and as it is, I'll paste it here. If you are getting this warning message means the test will pass. Otherwise, the test will fail. I'll not write driver.quit because after this test method also, this after method will be running. So driver.quit will be running. Okay. Two test cases completed, guys. Now, one more test case I'll create, guys. The last test case, public void. It will not take much time, guys. Public void login without providing login without credentials. Otherwise, simple. Login without credentials. Convert this normal method into the test method by providing @test annotation. So save this and now copy this code. Same code, entire code. You just copy it as it is. Same warning message and all. Just copy paste. Only one place we have to do the modification. I'll tell you. Just paste it here. So when you don't give the credentials also, you'll get the same warning message. Here, just remove the credentials. Okay. Remove this email address, blank email address you will provide, blank password you will provide. You will not enter any password. Okay. When you click on that, again, you will get the same warning message. Now you can give the priorities if you want. If you want the test to be executed in an order, you can give the priority. Priority is equal to 1. This particular login with valid credentials will run first. Then here you can give priority is equal to 2. Then you can give priority is equal to 3. Done. Okay. Then what next? You see, after method is created, we can also create before method also, guys, because you see this code is repeated. These 4 lines are repeated for every test. These 4 lines are repeated for every test. To avoid that, to move this repetition, to avoid this repetition, we can create one method here. Public void setup. Okay. Setup. You can give any name here, but this method name will be before method. Annotation will be from test will be before method. This before method annotated method will be executed before every test method. Okay. So import this and you just move the code, the common code across 3 methods, 3 test cases. The common code is removed, guys, from the test. And here also we have the common code. You can delete now. Already we have copied to the before method. So this is the proper way of writing this. Okay. Done. So 3 test cases, they have the after method and before method and after method. Before method will be executed before every test method. After method will be executed after every test method. So now before proceeding further, guys, let's see whether these 3 test cases are running properly or not. How to do that? So just go here. This is a login.java and we have used test-ng annotations and all. We have used test-ng annotations. Okay. For this test-ng annotations to work, we have to run this particular login.java, not using the Java application, but rightly, and you should get a test-ng option, but you're not getting any test-ng option to run this code. Okay, this doesn't have the main method, right? Doesn't have the main method, so you cannot run. You see, run configurations are empty since main method is not there. So test-ng is being used here. For this particular test methods to work, we should get an option of test-ng. How to get the option of the test-ng? We have to install the test-ng plugin. Okay, test-ng plugin is not installed in this machine, guys. You can confirm that. Go to window, show view, select other and search for test-ng, guys. You are not getting any test-ng option here. That means test-ng plugin is not there. So how to install the test-ng then? Go to help and select install new software. Or before going anywhere, you can go to one website, guys. I'll show you one website. Just go to testng.org. This is official website of testng, guys, testng.org. And here we have this Eclipse option. Click on Eclipse option. installation is coming. Click on install the plugin and here scroll down. So I'll show you again. testng.org. Click on this Eclipse because our editor is Eclipse. Click on the Eclipse. And here, first table of contents is installation. Click on that. In that installation, install the plugin is there. Click on that. And now scroll down. Here, install from update site option will be there under Eclipse plugin section. You copy this URL, guys. Okay. Copy this here. Here the steps are mentioned. Select help, install new software. In the Eclipse ID, select help, install new software. After that, what they want to do, enter the update site in the work with field. Okay. Copy and enter. Work with field. I just copied this file. You see, testng option came here. Select this and click on next button. It will take some time, guys. Okay. The testng will take some time for installation. We have to wait for the installation to complete. So I'll pause and resume the video whenever it is required. Okay, during the installation. So now we got this option, install details. Some options we got, guys, testng and all. Whatever the options came, don't worry about them. These are testng related stuff. Click on finish, guys. Now installation has started, and before the installation is completed, we got this dialog known as trust dialog. Select always trust all content. Okay, if you get that, then select yes, I accept the risk. Click on trust selected. There's no problem in that, guys. Okay, this is test engine. Everyone is using the same software, so you don't have to worry about the security. Just select those options, and in a while, the test engine will be installed, and you will be asked to restart your Eclipse ID. You see, you got the dialog for restarting the Eclipse ID. Click on the restart now button. Eclipse ID will be restarted. This time, after restarting, we'll get the test engine plugin installed. Okay, we can check that. So let the Eclipse ID. It's restarting, guys, as you can see. The in Eclipse ID testng plugin was not there. We are actually installing it. As part of that, it's restarting now after installation. So the testng got restarted, guys. Now let's see whether the testng plugin got installed or not. So this is a project we are working on actually. Extend reports, screenshots for failed test. Okay. So now let's see whether the testng plugin got installed in this Eclipse ID or not. For that, click on window, say show view, and select other, and search for testng here. If you are getting the testng option, that means testng got successfully installed, guys. Okay. Now, other thing is that under src test Java, we have this login.java class. Either you can right click from here and say run as testng test you can select, or you can also right click on the login.java and say run as testng test you can say. Okay. Select that. All these three test cases will be running one by one. Okay, as per the given priority, the test case will be running. First, login with valid credentials will be running, then login with invalid credentials, then login without providing credentials. Three test cases will run and three test cases should pass now. Okay, we have provided the proper assertions. Let's run them and see whether what we are getting. Okay, it will open the application URL. First test case done. Login with valid credentials is done. Login with invalid timestamp is appended. You see the email address. Third one without, nothing got entered into the email and password, and everything got passed, guys. Okay, you see all the three test cases got passed. But I want to intentionally fail one test case and intentionally skip one test case. Okay, one test case should fail, one test case should pass, one test case should skip. Okay, so what I have to do for failing and skipping the test case? What should I do? Okay, I'll tell you. What I'll do here is here. In the first test case, I want to fail this first test case, login with valid credentials. Okay, that is, I'll intentionally add this ABC text here. Okay, edit your account information is the actual option, but I'm adding ABC, which option will not be there. So it will not be displayed. So since it will return false, and here this particular assertion is expecting true, and the test case will fail. Second test case, I'll not disturb it. It will pass. Okay, not a problem. But third test case, what I will do is here I'll add some attribute of test engine known as depends on methods attribute is equal to, I'll provide the curly braces. Okay, this particular method to be executed, this first test case should pass. But what I have done, I have made the first test case should fail by intentionally adding this ABC text here. So this test case will fail. The tests which are depending on the failed test case also will not fail, but they will be skipped. Okay, so I have to give the name of this test case here. If that first test case is passing, then only this test will run. Otherwise, this will get skipped. Here I have to provide in double quotes, guys. Okay, I have to provide this particular name of the test case in double quotes. Okay, now save this. Now this time if you run the script, first test case will fail because intentionally we added ABC. Second test case will pass, and third test case, which is depending on the first test case, will get skipped because the first test case got failed. So depending test case will skip. Okay, let's see the reports now. So all these basics are really required, guys. Okay, to show you like the screenshot should be taken only for the failed test cases. Okay, I'm preparing the ground for you. Okay. So one test case will pass, one test case will fail, one test case will skip. Only for the failed test case, we have to take the screenshot. That is the intention. So I'm preparing the required things, required set of where one of the test case fails. Only for that failed test case, we should get the screenshot attached in the report. You see, three test cases in that one got passed, one got failed, one got skipped. As you can see here, this one got failed, first test case got failed, second test case got passed, third test case, which is depending on the first test case, since the first test case is failed, third test case got skipped. Okay. So data is ready, guys. Okay, data is ready. Now I want to do something. I want to implement something known as TestNG listeners. Okay. To take the screenshots only for the failed test case, I have to implement TestNG listeners case. Okay. So if you already have the idea of TestNG, that's fine. Otherwise, you can watch my other videos on TestNG in detail. Okay, TestNG made easy videos are there. You can watch them and come back here. So otherwise, if you want to go with this space, that's also fine. You don't have to learn. Anyhow, I'm going to explain about listeners here. So at a high level, anyhow, right click new. Under SRC test Java, right click new and create a package known as listeners package. You can give any package name. Just to be relevant, I'm giving listeners package. Under this listeners package, create a class. My listeners, you can give any user defined class, guys. Okay, this is not a predefined class. You can give any name, my listeners, this listeners, or my over our listeners, whatever you want to give. And these my listeners need to implements a predefined interface of TestNG that is known as iTest listener. Okay, iTest listener interface. Pour the mouse on this iTest listener and import this iTest listener interface from TestNG. This is the process for implementing or creating the listeners. Okay, now this particular class has to implement the has to override these methods of the iTest listener. So they are not coming here, but if you go inside this iTest listener, you'll find a lot of overridden methods. You see, on test start, on test success, all these methods I want to override. How to override all these methods of this iTest listener interface in this my listeners class? For that, I'll click here and go to source just to save time, guys. Then select override implement methods. Then you'll get from the iTest listener interface. If you want to override these methods, they are giving the option. Select all these things and uncheck whatever that is not. On finish is required. On start is not required for me now. On finish is required for me. On test failed with success percentage is not required. So on test failed with timeout is not required for me. On test failure is required. On test skip is required. On test start is required. On test success is required. Okay, these three methods I don't want to override. Remaining all from iTest listener interface I want to override. Okay, so now we got all these methods overridden from this iTest listener. Remove all these things, guys, which got auto generated. Whatever the text that is there between the methods, just remove that. Just remove all this text. Just remove all this text. Done. Now back here. So we'll go one by one, starting with the first one. We'll slowly implement the stuff. So what are these listeners and what are these methods? These methods will get executed. Okay, when some events got fired up from this login related class related test cases, these test cases will fire up some events case. Okay, what may be the events? Event may be as simple as the test execution started. Okay, this particular test case started execution. That may be an event. Or the event may be as simple as when a particular test fails, that is an event. When a particular test passes, that is an event. When a particular test skips, that is an event. Okay, different events will be raised from these test cases, and those based on those events from this executed test case of TestNG, these methods will be automatically invoked. Okay, based on the type of the events invoked from this raised from this test cases of this login class, these methods in this listeners class will be automatically invoked. Okay, so on test start means when a particular test case starts executing, this particular method will get automatically invoked. Okay, we'll make that happen automatically. We'll make that happen soon. So assuming that based on the test cases started executing, this particular methods get invoked automatically. So here we have an attribute parameter is there like a result, I test result. Using that, we'll get the name of the test which got started executing. Okay, result dot object reference dot get name. Okay, get name you have to write. This will give you the test case name which got started executing. Okay, I'll say string test name is equal to here I'll provide some logs case. Okay, I want to log something into the extent reports, but how to configure the extent reports in this project? So we have not done so far. Okay, from the previous knowledge, whatever we have learned about the extent reports, right, that we are going to implement now in this project. For that, I'll create a package under src test Java. I'll create a package known as utilities package. All the third-party libraries will just put under the utilities, and under this utilities, I'll create a new class known as extend reports generator. Some name, guys, whatever. Okay, creator, generator, whatever you can give. Some name you give. Okay, app name you give. App name you give. That will be fine. Under this class, what I'll do is I'll create a method. Okay, public void get extend report. Okay, whatever the report is there, right? If you call this method, it will give you that report, generated extend report. Get generated extend report you can also write, or get extend report is also fine. And I'll make this static case because if you want to call this method, I don't want to create an object for this class. Rather, by using the class name, I want to access this method. So if it becomes static means I can access this method using the class name extend report generator dot get extend report. If I say means this method will be called, okay, from the other classes. Now here I need to write the code of the extend reports. If you remember in the previous series, whatever I explained about the extend reports. So first we have to create an object for the extend reports, as you already know. I'll say report is equal to new extend reports. Like this, you just create an object for the extend reports. Over the mouse. Okay, so you'll not be able to import this extend reports because this project is not configured with extend reports library, right? So we have to again go to pom.xml file. Till now we provided the libraries for TestNG, WebDriver Manager, Selenium Java. Now we have to provide the libraries of the extend reports also. So go to the MVN repository again. We are going step by step, guys. Okay, search for extend reports here and search extend reports and search. We'll get this extend reports event stack. This is the latest one. Click on this. In that latest version 5.0.9, you take copy this. Come back to the project and com.xml file, you paste the dependencies. Now, libraries for this extend reports also will be automatically downloaded and configured in this project in a while. This 45%, almost there. So done. Close this com.xml file. Now, over the mouse on extend reports, you will get the import statement. Okay. Now, library of the extend reports is also there. Now, we have to use one of the reports of the extend reports as I have explained in this playlist already. So, what is that report, guys? Okay. What is that reporter? There are multiple reporters for this extend reports. I am going to use a extend Spark reporter. Okay, extend. You have to create an object for the extend Spark reporter. Okay, we have different reporters. I'll say Spark reporter. Okay, is equal to new extend Spark reporter. For this extend reports to generate a report, it has to use a reporter, and we are creating an object for the extend Spark reporter, one of the report which generally people use. And this constructor cannot be empty, guys, over the mouse, and it's expecting you to provide the file of the report, extend report file. You have to give the file of the extend report. Okay. In this project where the extend report will be created, that file you have to give. File extend report is equal to new extend report file is equal to new file of. So under the project system dot get property user.dir, that is a project path. This particular system.get property user.dir will get the project path. Up to here, project path we got. Import this file from java.io package and append this with the exact path of the file. So under that project, extend reports. Okay, extend reports folder should be created. Under the extend reports, report.html, otherwise e-report. Okay, e-report.html file should be created. Okay, this is extend report file. That file, this extend report file, after generating, okay. So This will be the path where the extent report will be generated. That extent reporter report file I have to pass as an argument to this extent Spark reporter construct. Now I have to attach this reporter to the extent reports. How to attach? I have to say report dot attach reporter, and I have to provide the Spark reporter here. Attach the Spark reporter to the extent reports. Now finally I need to return the report. Okay. Finally, after the report is generated, I have to return the report. Return report. For the report to be written, the return type should be extent reports. Done. So this already you know guys, okay, how to write this code and all from the previous videos of this series. You already know that. So fine. This will give the report back when called. Now go back to the my listeners. And here, what I want to do is once the test started, I want to log into that reports. You know, there are different type of logs I covered in the previous series, right? Want to log something like this particular test case has started executing into the reports. To do that, we have to call this. We have to get this report, right? Without getting the report, how can we do that? So how to get that report? Using this class name, because the method inside this extend report generator dot get extend report, we can say, because it is a static method. I can call it directly, and this should be created outside the methods. Okay, here. Okay, so by default, if you try to create here, you will not be able to create this. So better create it inside one of the methods inside this class, and then move this line outside the methods. Now this will return you extend reports. Report is equal to like this. Okay, done. For the more than extend reports and import this, you got the generated report from here. Okay, we have generated a report. Now to this report, to this generated extend report, we need to add the logs. We need to add the logs to this created report. We want to add the logs. How to add the logs? I have to say report dot. First of all, on test start, have to create the test, right? On test start, I need to create the test in the extent report. How to create the test in the extent report? How to mention that there is a test in the extent report? Create test. Okay, if you remember, create test is the method, right? And you have to give the test name. Guys, what is the test name? You see, already we have retrieved the test name using this result object. Result.getName is equal to test name. The test name we are passing here. And this create test will return you an object of the extend test. Okay, here extend test test is equal to like this. Okay, over the mode on this extend test and import that from extend reports library. Now make it global, guys. Okay, because other methods also will need this test. So make it global. Okay, make it that global and remove this local declaration. Now, once you get this test, now using the test, we can provide the logs, right? So we can provide the logs using the test dot log. What log I want to write into the report? Status info log, I'll say. Okay, it's not any failure or passing or skipping. It's an info log. Here, what I want to mention this particular test name. But has started executing. Started execution. Otherwise, test name execution started. This is a better way of writing, right? So on test start, we are doing like this. Simple. We are attaching this log into the reports. Okay. And here, as per the report, we are saying that a report test create a test. Otherwise, this logs will be attached to whom? Log should be attached to this test only, right? So that is the reason we have tried like that. Okay. Then if the test passes, if one of the tests passes, an event will be raised from the test case of this login.java, and it will invoke this on test success if the test passes. Okay. As you can see in the test and the results, one of the tests was passing, right? For that, this method will be automatically invoked. So what I want to do with this when something passes means I'll say test. Okay. Test dot log. Okay. Log status dot info, not info. I'll say instead of doing this, I can say directly pass. Okay, you can also give it as that pass also, but I'm using one of the way. Okay, so here I will say test name got successfully executed. Okay, for that I have to get this test name, right? I have to get this test name. So what I'll do is better I'll write string test name is equal to, using this object reference, I'll get the test name result dot get name. Okay, get name. So this test name I'll write down here and say got successfully executed, got successfully executed. Like this, I'll write. Okay. So this is also done. Pass thing I am using. So on test, so anything I have to do here? Anyhow, we are passing the test and okay, log we are saying passing and then this log message is coming. That's fine. On test failure, what we have to do? On test failure, again we have to get the test name, guys. Test name is equal to result dot get name. This will get the test name, and we have to fail the test. Okay. If this particular method is invoked by the event raised by the one of the test case of this login class, that means the test got failed. We have to fail the test in the extent report also. To fail the test in the extent report, again we have to use etest dot log of status dot fail ILC. This will fail the test, and here we have to say test name plus got failed. Okay. Okay. So now we have failed the test. Okay. We have failed the test. That's fine. Now what else we have to do? When a particular test fails, we have to take a screenshot. If you remember, I was saying that the session is all about this one, attaching screenshots to the extent reports only for the failed test. So we have to write some extra code here. Okay. For taking the screenshot, we have to write the code. How to do that? So whenever this particular test fails, we have to call that. We have to take the screenshot and attach that screenshot or embed that screenshot into the extent report. So for that, we have a method like etest dot. Remember, guys, okay, etest dot add screen capture from path. This one I will say, or title also you can give. Okay, add screen capture from path, and here test name is the title, and here we have to take screenshot method. We have to call one method. We have to call, guys. Okay, that is take screenshot method. We have to call. To this take screenshot method, what we have to pass? We have to pass the test name. One is a test name we have to pass because the title of the screenshot should be, the name of the screenshot should be test name. I have not written the code for take screenshot method. There is no take screenshot method available in this project yet, but I am going to create. And here I have to pass the driver. Okay. So driver of this particular test case I want to pass. But how to get the driver of this particular test case here in the listeners class? Further, there is a way. Okay. Here I will write web driver. In order to pass this driver to this take screenshot method, I'm doing this, guys. Okay, web driver is equal to, I'll import this web driver first of all, and here I'll say result dot get. Let's see what is that. I generally forget this test class, get test class, guys. Okay, dot get real class dot, okay, get test class, get real class dot. There is something like get, not these things. Let's see what is that. Get field, I guess. Okay, get field, and here give the field as driver field, get the driver field, and it's not yet done, guys. You have to say dot at the end. You have to say dot. If you don't remember this, here I have provided, guys. You see the result dot get test class, get real class, get declared field, guys, not get field. You see, this is a mistake I do. Okay, get declared field, and in that we have to, otherwise I'll do it from again. Get declared field. Okay, get declared field. Here you have to, instead of get field, you see, that's the mistakes we generally do. Better to follow. You don't have to remember this, guys. Okay, whenever you get this need, you just write on this code, declare field or driver, and say dot get object. Okay, here what object? Here result dot get instance. This one, this will get you the object. Okay, put a semicolon here. Now you'll get an error here. Okay, add cast to WebDriver error you'll get. So just add the WebDriver casting here. Okay, in the beginning, simply say WebDriver here. That will be done. WebDriver. It will be casted to the WebDriver. Now we got the driver also, guys. Now we got the driver also. That driver we are passing here, but this particular method is not available. Okay, but this particular take screenshot method is not available. Where I'm going to create this take screenshot method, that is also important. So here, right click on this src test Java, create a new package again, create a new package, guys, and just name this package as base package. Okay, click on finish. Under the base package, create a class known as base class. Base class. We have to create a kind of framework kind of style for taking the screenshots only for the failed tests and attaching them to the extent reports. For that reason, guys, we have to go into the framework mode a bit. This session, I'm using a bit of framework. Okay, so you are also understanding the framework along with how to take the screenshots for only the failed tests and attach them to the extent reports. Okay, so inside this base class, I'll create a method. What method I'll create? Public void, whatever the method I was talking about here in the my listeners class, that is take screenshot method, I'm going to create. Copy this, come back here and create that method. And what this particular method will receive, first it will receive the test name and it will receive the web driver. Okay, driver of the failed test will receive. Import this web driver and here write down the code for taking the screenshot. How to, this also you know how to take the screenshot. Okay, so you have to cache the driver, right? You have to first cache the driver using take screenshot interface of Selenium, and again provide the circular brackets. Then say dot get screenshot as, then output type dot file. File type I will retrieve. Okay, file. And now import this take screenshot interface. And then here it will return you the file. File source screenshot file is equal to, okay, import this file from java.io package. Now here the next thing is file destination screenshot file. Okay, where the screenshot should be copied to. Okay, so that location I'll give here. New system dot get property. The project path I'll give user.dir is the project path, as you already know. I'll append this project path with screenshots folder. Under the screenshots folder, it will be created automatically, guys. Screenshot folder will be automatically created, as you already know. Under that, the name of the screenshot should be same as the name of the test name. So here I'll append the test name here plus test name. The screenshot name will be same as the test name, and I will append this test name with .png as the extension. Done, and put the semicolon at the end. That's it, guys. Okay, this is what you have to do, and this you already know from the previous sessions, guys. Whatever I'm writing here. Now file utils we have to use. File utils dot copy file. So source file, destination, screenshot file. Source screenshot file and destination. Both are files, right? So we can write down directly. And now over the mouse and say surround with package blocks. Better to surround with package blocks. Okay. And finally here we are going to return the, okay, once the screenshot is taken and copied to this location, we have to return the path of this. Okay, how to return the path? Return this file name. This is not the path, guys, but we have to return the path. Dot get absolute path. There's a method like get absolute path which will get the path of this file, and that will be returned to whoever calls this method. Okay, whoever calls this take screenshot method by passing the test name and driver, this particular method will return the path of the screenshot that has been taken. Now go to the my listeners again, and now take screenshot is returning the path that we are providing here. You see, add screen capture from path will receive the path from here. So again here, what is the problem here? Take screenshot string. Let's see. Save all. Okay, test name. We are passing everything fine, but it's saying there's no method like take screenshot. Create method take screenshot. I think test name and driver I am passing. So what's the problem? Okay, what's the problem, guys? So sometimes you see my bulb also will go off. Okay, I forget what I have to do. So, but I came to know that this method is not part of the same my listeners, right? It's not part of the my listeners class. So how can it find it out? Okay, it's part of the another class known as base class, which is part of another package. So what we'll do is we'll make this particular class extends base class. Okay, under this base class, the required method for taking the screenshot is available. Import this base from base package, base class from base package. Now guys, you see the error is gone. The error is gone. You see, now we can access because this is a child class. Now this my listeners is child class or base class. So we can call this take screenshot method from the base class directly. And now the error is coming here. We have to surround with try catch blocks. Surround it with, if you get multiple try catch blocks, not a problem. Just keep it like that, not a problem. Okay, so that's fine. So Now, is there anything here? Driver. Initialize the variable. Initialize the variable to null. Any other errors are there? No errors, right? There are no errors. There are no errors here. Okay. So this is the way we have to write the on test failure, guys. Okay. The screenshot will be only taken and it will be attached to the extent report also because of this. Okay. Here we are writing the log already as fail, and at the same time we are attaching the screenshot along with the title. Okay. Along with the title, we are doing that. So this is what we have to do. This is what is important core part of this session on test failure. Next one is on test skip. What you will do when the particular test will get skipped. Okay, as you see, one of the test case under this login will skip anyhow. So if that happens, what you're going to do? Same thing, guys. String test name is equal to result dot get name. It will get the test name, and here I'll write etest dot log of status dot. I'll use skip. Status dot skip you have to use, and you have to mention that test name got skipped. Okay, in the logs, test name got skipped. Okay, it didn't get executed, it got skipped. Now on finish, finally, why on finish is required? Once for all the test cases, all the events are filed and all these logs are captured, all the tests are created in the extent report, all these things need to be flushed to the report. How to flush to the report? We have to use this object of this extent reports. That is report dot flush, we have to say. Otherwise, these things, whatever you have written, these logs and all those failure things, screenshots, everything will not be attached or embedded to the report or added to the report. Okay, without this flush, on finish will be running after all the test cases got executed. Okay, after all the test cases of the tests in this test cases in this project got executed, finally once the report need to be generated, this flush, okay, will be this on finish will be called and flush will happen. Okay, so after all the test cases got executed, on finish will be called and this flushing of the report will happen, where we can see the reports. Okay, we can see the details in the reports. Now save all, no errors. Now we have to connect the login class with my listeners class. We have to connect the login class with the my listeners class. How to connect the login class with the my listeners class? So now if you run this login.java, it's not going to invoke the methods in the listeners class. Okay, there's a problem. The problem here is this is not going to work this way. Okay, there are multiple ways of doing this, but what you will do is you have to create a testng.xml file. Okay, you have to create a testng.xml file first. Right click new. Instead of running the login.java directly, you are going to right click and select testng and say convert to testng here. Okay, we are generating a testng.xml file. Okay, so in that you see only one class is there, that is under the test package login class is there. Click on finish. Testng.xml file got created here. Open the testng.xml file. If I run this testng.xml file, it will indirectly run the login class only. But still, listeners will not be invoked. Listener methods which are mentioned in the my listeners will not be invoked, and those screenshots will not be taken. Those logs will not be added. So how to make that happen? Here in the testng.xml file, we have to write something known as listeners tags. Okay, we have to mention this listener. Without this listeners, we are not going to attach this test case execution events with the methods in the listeners class. Okay, so here I have to write listener, listener, listener class hyphen name is equal to, and at the end say like this. Okay, here provide the package name, that is the listeners package, listerners dot my listeners. Okay, like this you have to package name dot listeners. Now this particular testng.xml file has connected this classes here with the listeners class. Okay, test cases with the methods in the listeners class, events in the test cases with the methods in the listeners class. So now they will be invoked. If you run the test login.java with the help of testng.xml file, then only the listener methods will be invoked, and all the things that we have dreamed of here, that is adding the logs and taking the screenshot, everything will happen only if you run the test cases using the testng.xml file. Now run, guys. Okay, now run it. Right click, run as testng should. Only for the failed tests, only for the failed test, screenshot should be taken and attach it to the extent report. Okay, we'll see that. We can do more, guys. I'll tell you what we can do later. First, let's do this stuff. See, first test case is running. It will fail anyhow. First test case got failed. Maybe screenshot has already been taken and attached to the report. Second test case got passed. Third test case got skipped. Okay. Now, where is the report generated? Refresh the project once. Refresh the project once. you will get extent reports here. Just see the extent report here, right click, open with web browser. You'll see the report. One test is failing. For that, screenshot has come already. Okay, a screenshot has come. You can see screenshot is coming. This is the place where the test got failed. And you can see the title of the screenshot. Login with valid credentials is the test name is coming as a title here. And logs are also coming. Login with valid credentials. Education started. Login with valid credentials got failed. Second one got passed. Login with valid credentials. Execution started. Login with invalid credentials. Sorry. Got successfully executed. Okay, invalid credentials execution started, invalid credentials got successfully started and executed. Okay, third one is login without credentials execution started, login without credentials got sketch. Okay, you see only for the failed test the screenshot has come. This is how we have done, guys. Okay, we have succeeded already. But I want one more things here, one more some more details here. When something fails, I want to get the reason for the failure here. Okay, I want to get the reason for the failure here as a log. So to do that, again, we'll go to the my listeners. Okay, few more things we'll do, guys. Okay, just to wind up. Before wind up, we'll do few more things to make this more better. So on test failure, what I'm going to do is etest dot log status dot info. Here I want to add the exception. Okay, so how to get the exception from the result? Result dot, there is some method known as get throwable. Okay, so just find it out. Where is that? Get throwable. This will give the exception details of the failure. When some particular test fails, this result will capture the, okay, by calling this get throwable, we can get the details of the exception details of the failed test case. Okay, apart from attaching the screenshot to the report, we are also adding the exception details now. Okay, so this is also very important, guys. Okay, so I'll not be explaining as part of another session here in this series. You can have to understand from this. And also, guys, we are manually, whenever the report is generated, we have to manually right click and open with web browser we are doing. So to avoid that, after flushing this report, after the report is done, now what I want to do is I want to auto generate this report. I want to automatically open the report for us. For that, from Java, we have to use desktop. This I covered in the previous session, guys. Desktop dot get desktop dot browse. Here we have to give the URI, guys. To give the URI, you have to get the file name. File dot to URI we have to write. So I want to get the extend report file. So file report file is equal to new file of system dot get property user dot dir. I'll write user dot dir. I'll say plus here, plus put a semicolon here, and here the semicolon here, and here say double backward slash. What is the folder name? Extend reports. Extend reports. Make sure spelling mistakes are not there. Double backward slash ereport.html. This file I'll import from java.io, and this ereport file I'll provide here. But here it is expecting browse method is expecting the URI. So, but what I'll do is I'll convert that to URI. Okay, to URI. Done. Now here it is asking you to surround with package. Surround it, guys. No problem. That's it, guys. You don't have to do much. So two things we have done. We are getting the exception details also and attaching the exception details as log into the report. And apart from that, we are automatically opening the reports. We don't have to come to the project and manually open this report in the browser anymore. I'll close the previous report, guys. Previous things, all these things I'll close. Only these notes are there. Let the notes be there. Okay, let's run this code again. Let's run this test. You have to run using testng.xml file going ahead, guys. Okay, should not be using the individual classes. Right click, run as testng suite. Again, the test will be running. This time you don't have to do anything. The report will be automatically opened for us. The test will fail because we have intentionally given ABC there. The test will fail. The test, second test is running. If it is taking more time, guys, press enter. This is a demo application. In real time, you should not do that, but in this case of demo application, you can do just to save your time. You see, one test got failed, and you got the screenshot as expected. Here is a place, edit your account information. ABC was expected, but here edit your account information is there. We intentionally failed that. We got the title of the screenshot. Here you see earlier we got only two logs. There is info log saying this particular test case execution started, and this particular test case got failed. And now you're also getting this exception details. Okay, you can see here What is the reason for this failure you are getting? Unable to locate the element that is edit your account information. ABC is there, but on the screenshot, what is there? Only edit your account information is there, but you are expecting ABC. Intentionally, we failed it. Okay, that element is not available. It's saying. Second thing is for the particular test which got passed, simple execution started and successfully executed. Got it? Pass log came, and here pass is mentioned. Here fail is mentioned. Last one skip because first test, this particular test case is dependent on this particular test. If it is fails, the skip test, this particular test will get skipped. Okay. Okay, it got skipped. Fine. So this is what is the thing, guys. Okay, why it got skipped? If you want to do, you can still do that, guys. Okay, you can go why you can do it. There's no limit for you. On test skip, you can say, and you can say etest dot log of status dot info you want to add. Info you want to add, and you want to get why it got skipped. You want to get the reason for the skipping. Get throwable or something you write down. Maybe you'll get an exception or skip exception or something. Just let's see whether it is working or not. Okay, right click, run as test and suit again. This time, whether for skip also we are getting some exception details in the report, we'll see. Okay. Apart from taking the screenshot only for the failed test, we are doing a lot of stuff in this project, guys. Okay. If this is taking time, just enter, guys. Okay. Three things. First one got failed. We got the exception details for the failure along with the screenshot and all. Second one got passed. Only these two things came. Third one, you see, why it got skipped also became. Exception details for the, okay, depends on successful finished methods. Okay, it depends on another thing. Okay, which because login with valid credentials got failed. That's the reason this particular thing got skipped. Okay, the reason for the skipping also is coming. Okay, this is the best way of doing the stuff. Okay, this is how we can use extend reports, guys. And also, you see, an extra bug icon came this time. Okay, earlier only these two things used to come, but since something got failed here, we got the bug, and in that, so two things you got. One thing, get throwable for skipping is coming here. Okay, login without credentials. Other one is no such element exception is coming. Okay, which is failed, and this one is skipped. Okay, such kind of things you will get in the bug tab. Okay, such kind of thing you will get in the bug tab. Okay, so with this note, guys, we are done with this session. So I will provide this project. Okay, I'll try to provide this project. What I can do here is, so I'll provide this project for you. So I'll export this project. Archive file. Next. I'll provide this project in the notes for you guys. Okay, so you can check the notes of this video, and you will get this project. Okay, so in the description of this video or something, you will find this notes. Okay, find the link to download this project. Okay, that I have created for you, which will attach or embed the screenshot into the extent reports only on failure. Okay, and a lot of stuff it is done doing. You already know that. TestNG. What is this project, guys? This is not the project I want. Which project I want to export? This one, but the name is coming wrong, so I'll give a different name. TestNG, not TestNG, sorry, extend report, extend reports, screenshots for failed tests, okay. .zip. Click on finish, guys. It will be created on my desktop. I'll be no problem. I have to click on finish again. It will be overriding and creating it properly. Done. I'll provide this link to this downloading this project in the notes. Okay, you can take it from there, from the description or from the notes. You can take it from there, guys. Okay, so guys, that's all for this session. I have successfully and practically shown you how to attach screenshots to the extend reports only for the failed test in this session as part of the extend reports training series. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to cover another topic on extend reports for you. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.